back. This is Laura from Party Friends. I'm bringing you guys another balloon modelling tutorial today. This time I'm going with a bit of a spring theme because I'm in a spring mood. The sun is shining outside, the flowers are finally coming out, and if you're a bit like me, in the north of England you have to celebrate spring as soon as it happens because you don't know when it's going to start raining again. So going along those lines, I've decided today I'm going to teach you how to make a balloon flower, bringing spring to you. So this is really straightforward, very simple to make. You're going to need 2 balloons, so let's get started. So for a balloon flower you're going to need 2 balloons. 2 260 size balloons, so one of them needs to be green, obviously, for the stem of your flower, and the other one can be any flower colour that you want, any colour that you want your petals. I'm going with pink today, but you can choose your own. So let's get started. Put your colourful balloon to one side for now, we're going to need that in a moment. We're going to start with green. Blow it up majority of the way. You only want, I don't know, like an inch maybe at the end that hasn't been inflated. Like this. Good, lovely. And there we have one long balloon with about an inch at the end. You don't need much at the end there. This, you're gonna fold this balloon into a bit of an S shape. So take it down like that. You want all 3 sides to match each other in length. So we have 1, 2, 3. Give it a bit of a squeeze as well. See if it's got any further to go with the air at the end. A little bit of a squeeze down there. Good, lovely. So here we have our S shape, just like that. So what we're going to do now, if you've watched my sword video on how to make a sword, then you'll be familiar with this. If you haven't, I do recommend checking it out because it's a very similar technique as this as well. So it'll be very straightforward. If you need more guidance though, it is on that video for you if you need it. So what we need to do at this point is find the centre point. I've already done it there. Shuffle your hands into the centre and find the centre point. So you can give it a bit of a squeeze. Try and make sure that those petals match on either side. Make sure they're the same size. Give it a squeeze, and then all you have to do, keep on squeezing, 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 and then twist. Just like that. So all you're doing is squeezing and twisting it round. Give it a couple of loops. Lovely. Straighten it all out. So what you should have at this point is a T shape or a cross shape, I suppose. Yeah. So you'll have your petals on either side, the bottom of your stalk at the bottom here, and this top bit here. This is the bit that needs to be nice and squidgy. You can even squidge the air up to the end there. This is the bit that we're going to be twisting again later on to attach the petals to it. So that needs to be nice and squishy. So we've done our stalk now. That was fairly straightforward, wasn't it? Let's get onto the petals. So put that to the side for now. Good. So grab your colourful balloon, whatever colour you want your petals to be. I'm going with pink. So for this, almost flicked myself in the face with it. For this one, we're going to blow it up almost fully. You want almost exactly the same as you had with the green balloon, about an inch at the end. We're going to do 2 twists in this, so we want to make sure we've got enough space for the air to go into. So blow up your pink balloon. Lovely. The balloons are so long I can't actually see how much I've inflated it at the end. Oh dear. Good, so tie it off. Now, what you're going to do is, first before we do anything, give it a bit of a squish. Give it a squish all the way along, make sure that it's nice and squidgy, because what you don't want is overinflated petals and for it to explode on you. So give it a good squish. So there we go, I squished it so much I've run out of space actually at the end there. But all I need is this tiny little nib at the end here. This is what I'm going to use at this point to make a circle. So bring either end of your balloon together, and now you're going to use this little nib at the end here and the knot to tie these 2 ends together. So you can start just like a double knot really. So push it through. Oh, that's a bit fiddly. Alright, good. Make Make sure it's nice and tight. Lovely. So this is what you should be left with, tied both ends together in a nice little knot just like that. So you should now have a nice big circle just like this. So take one hand at the top where your knot is, and one hand at the bottom, and you're going to push them together in the center here. Now try and find the center point where you would have two equal loops on either side. I think it's about there-ish. Check that. Good. Then take your fingers on either side of the loops there, right in the center, and then squeeze in with your thumb and your fingers. And then all you have to do, just like we did earlier on, is twist. So you're squeezing it down, and then twisting it around. Just like that. So now you should have, give it a couple of twists, make sure that it's nice and secure. Now you should have two loops, like ears, on top of your head. Well, let's not put that in the edit. So you should have two loops. And at this point, you need to fold it over. So your two loops should match. Mine are a bit out, actually. I knew they were out. I knew it. Line them up. I've got hair on mine. I don't even think that's my hair. That's a bit creepy. Let's get rid of that. Ew. Right. So fold them in half, just like this. Line them up with each other. And then taking the knot at the top, just like we did before, hold that in one hand and hold the other end with the other hand, just like that. We're going to do exactly the same thing again. We're going to push them down, find the middle point, try and make sure that all of your petals match in size. I'm a bit big, so I'm going to shuffle that one over there. Okay, good. So you should have this effect here. Starting to see how it's coming together now. We're going to do exactly the same thing as we did before. Give it a squeeze, just like that. You can even take just one hand around there if you particularly wanted to. Just like that. So squeeze them all in nice and tight. And then all you have to do is take one side and twist. Twist, do twist, do twist, do twist, twist, do twist. Lovely. Fantastic. And then you'll have 4 petals. You'll have a little X shape made of little loops, just like that. So now we need to attach your petals onto your stem, of course. So grab your stem wherever you put the bottom of your flower. There we go. So taking the end that is nice and squidgy, which is the end without the knot on it, or it should be anyway, the end that's nice and squidgy, push all the air up to the end there, make sure you've squished it all up. And then all we're going to do is create a small bubble right on the end here. Only it has to be about 1 inch long, not too big, not too small. There we go, just like that. Give it a good couple of twists, because this seam here that we've just created in the center here, this is where you're going to attach the petals to. So give it a couple of twists, make sure that it's nice and thick. Take your petals and you're going to slot that bubble into the center of your petals. Sounds a bit crazy, but it's actually really simple. All you have to do, take your petals on behind your stem, take the bubble that you just made in one hand and the rest of your stem in the other, and then just push it into that seam. It's as simple as that. You can wrap it around one of the flower petals if you want, just to make sure it's a little more secure, and then bring it back to the top. And there's your basic flower done. Now you can rearrange the petals a little bit, slot them into each other, make sure they look nice and pretty. I like to give them a bit of a tilted look. There we go. And if you want your flower to bob its head forward, just bend your stem a bit like that, and then rub it together a little bit. Makes a lovely screechy balloon noise. Lovely, just like that. And then you'll find that it bends over. Perfect. And then your flower faces forward. And that is all there is to it. You've now created yourself a balloon flower, just like that, with a little bobbing head. Perfect. So now I have 2. Oh, spring everywhere. So that's it. fantastic work, guys. I'd love to see photos of your creations. So if you have followed along with this balloon video and you've created an amazing flower out of your balloons, just like I have, I'd love to see what you've created. Also, if you have any other ideas of other balloon models that you'd like to create, and you'd like some guidance on that, just let me know and I'll have a look at creating some more videos for you depending on what you'd actually like. For now though, from me and my balloon flowers and the sunshine outside, which I'm going to go out and enjoy right now with my balloons, I'll see you later on. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Bye!